Fine, guys. In the last class, we have done the project setup for our reports application. So in this setup, I created a project with several dependencies. So if you see the dependencies, data JPA, mail starter and web starter, dev tools, MySQL, Lombok is added, and Tomcat embed Jasper also added. This Tomcat embed Jasper is used to compile our JSP pages. After completion of that step, we have added properties in the application.properties file. Data source properties added, and Hibernate related DDL auto show SQL also added, and view resolver also added. View resolver is used to identify where the presentation files available in our project. If the table is not available, I want to create the table. For that, we are going for DDL auto. Show SQL, it is used to print the queries on the console, and these are data source properties. After that, we created one entity class. This entity class is mapped with a database table. And to perform operations with the table, we are using our repository. All right. Now here in this repository, we are writing some custom queries also. Why we are writing custom queries here? Right. I want to get the data to display in the drop downs. I want to pre-populate the values in the drop down. Plan name and plan status, I want to pre-populate. So to get the data for the drop downs, I'm writing custom queries in my repository. Then after, we have created one class called search request class. What is the purpose of this search request class? What is the purpose of search request class? Search request is a form binding class. What is the meaning of form binding? Right. When user select the values and click on the search button, I should be able to capture the data in the form of object. For capturing the form data, I have created search request. Then I have created one service interface. What is the purpose of the service interface? This service interface is used to have business logic. Service interface is used to write our business logic. For that interface, we are going to create the implementation class. Then after service interface is created, we created one controller class. Right. What is the purpose of controller? Controller is used to handle the request and response coming to our, related to our application. When user click on the button, the request will go to controller, and whatever the response we want to send, controller will take the request, controller will send the response. Along with these classes, we created some util classes also. If you see here, email utils.java is available, Excel generator and PDF generator, some utility classes also available in our project. What is the purpose of those utility classes? What is the purpose of those utility classes? To perform Excel report, PDF report, and I want to send the email in our project. Right. For that utility classes also I have created. And I created one UI page. I created a page with a name called index.jsp. That index.jsp I created in the web app pages. This is my JSP file. In this JSP, I have integrated Bootstrap. To integrate the Bootstrap, we need to add Bootstrap CSS and Bootstrap JavaScript. Bootstrap CSS and Bootstrap JS I have included. Now, final project will look like this. As of now, our project structure is ready. I can say project skeleton is ready. In that project, no logic is available. Just I created the project structure, required packages, required classes, and we need to write the logic now. Let's try to run this application. In this application, as we are only reading the data, I want some data to be inserted in the database. For that, I created data loader. Data loader, I created as a runner. What is the meaning of runner? What is the meaning of runner, guys? Runner is used to execute only once when the application got started. Now here in this runner, I am writing run method. First I am calling repo.delete all. What is the purpose of repo.delete all? Delete the old records and insert the new records. Perfect. Now let us see project execution, run as boot application. Run as boot application. Application started. Records are deleted and records are reinserted. Go to browser, access our application. Localhost colon 8080. Our project is open, right? We are able to access index page, but in this index page currently no logic available. It is just one dummy page available. Just a H3 message is coming. Now in this index page, I want to display a form. For that, index page method is available. In this method, I'm going to take model object as a parameter. Do you know what is the purpose of the model? What is the purpose of the model, guys? To send the data from controller to UI. To send the data from controller to UI. Now, for this UI, I want to take that search request object is available. Search request object, that is form object. Search request, search is equal to new search request. I want to send one binding object to UI. How can I do that, guys? Model dot add attribute key, that I'm going to take it as set. Now here search object. This is the value I'm taking. What is the use of sending this search request object to the UI? What is the use of sending search request to the UI? Right, I want to bind this object to my UI page. Whatever the page available, for that page fields, I want to map my Java class. In the yesterday Spring Boot class, we understood what is a form binding. Now I want to bind this form to my search request object. Okay, I'm sending search request object to the UI by using model attribute. Now go to this UI page. In this UI page, I want to create a form. Are we going to create a normal form, or we will create Spring MVC form? We want to create Spring MVC form. To create the Spring MVC form, we need to add form tag library. Okay, control double space tag lib directive form prefix is equal to form. I'm able to add the form here. Right, now to display the form, what is the tag, guys? Form colon form is the tag. Form colon form tag I am writing. In the form tag, we will write action, and we will write model attribute, and we will write method. What method? I want to send a post request. Method will be post. Form action is equal to some value. Model attribute is equal to some value. So what is the model attribute that I need to send now? What is the model attribute I need to send? You see, what method, what controller is sending to the UI? Search. So what is my model attribute now? Search is my model attribute. Action, what is the action? URL. Currently, do we have any URL for that? Currently, there is no method to handle that. Okay, index.jsp available. Now let me go for a table. Inside the table, tr, inside the tr, td, and I will say plan name. Now here td, I want to display plan name. So plan name is a text field, or plan name is a drop down? Plan name is a text field, or plan name is a drop down? Plan name is a drop down. Okay, how to display the drop down? Form colon select. What is the path for that? You see, in the class, what is the variable? Plan name. I want to bind my form data to the Java class. In the Java class, there is a variable called plan name. I will give path is equal to plan name. In this drop down, I want to display one option, form colon option, value empty, and I will give select. Empty, and I'm giving select. So this is for plan name. Similarly, I want to go for plan status, right? So I need to create one more tr. In the second row, or in the same row, I can display one more TD. In this TD, I will specify plan status. And what is the binding variable? Plan status is a binding variable. That's it. Now let us run this and see whether the drop downs are coming as expected or not. Run this project. Run this project, clear the console and go to here, refresh. Are we able to get the plan name and plan status? Yes, plan name drop down, plan status drop down is coming. But do we have any data in that? No, we don't have any data. Now you see alignment is disturbed. Report application coming here, drop downs are starting from the page. I want to keep this form also inside the div. I want to keep this inside the div. All right. Now refresh. Yes, now we are able to get the report application, plan name and plan status. I want to give some margin in the bottom. How to give the margin in the bottom? Class is equal to MB3. Class is equal to MB3. Now, if I give class is equal to MB6, now what happened? Margin, bottom margin I want to give. With 3 it is working. Margin MB3 and or else padding. Bootstrap classes, yes. Now can you see some gap is available? Now similarly, I can give PT3, right? Now refresh. Now can you see some gap is coming above also? So this is padding bottom and padding top. So here I want to give some space above the title and below the title. For example, if I remove these things and if I refresh, now everything is attached. There is no proper spacing here. That I am going to give by using Bootstrap classes, padding bottom 3 and padding top 3 I'm giving. So with this I'm getting some space above the title and below the title. Plan name is coming and plan status is also coming. So now next one, I want to display one more drop down for the gender. Right, copy this. Gender values I want to configure. 2 drop downs and gender also I will configure here. Gender. Right, for gender we need to go for radio buttons. Right, how to display radio button? Form colon radio button, path is equal to gender, path is equal to gender and value is equal to something like male. What we are inserting in the database? Let us check our runner. Gender we are setting, where is the gender? Yeah, male and female. So value should be male. Here I want to display this radio button with male. Similarly, radio button this time female. Correct. Yeah, I want to give this text to display my drop down. Good. Refresh. Now we are getting gender radio button is coming. Can we give that also as a drop down? Actually in the requirement what I have given? Yeah, drop down. Let us give that also as a drop down. Remove this. Okay, form colon select option value. I will give it as a male. Here empty. Path. What is the path of that? Gender. Now let us give path is equal to gender. Refresh. Now we are getting plan name, plan status. For gender, options are coming. These are hard-coded options. Next one, I want to give start date and end date. Plan start date and plan end date. Start date and end date. Start date and end date we will give as text field. Okay. Form colon input. Path is equal to start date. Start date. Now refresh. Now we are getting start date. Here we want a calendar. So calendar should come for that. Let me keep that in the TR table row. I want to display that in a different row. Right. Start date. Yes, I'm getting the start date here. Similarly, I want to get end date. End date. Plan name, status, gender, start date, and I want another TR for end date. Right. End date. End date. This one I will give it as end date. Check the variables. So this is start date and end date. Perfect. Refresh. So start date is coming and end date is coming. I want to display them in the same row. How can I display them in the same row? By removing the TR. Now refresh. So with this, plan name, plan status, gender, start date, end date. And for them, I want one button. I want to have a button called search button. That button I can display in the same line or in the different line. So in the different line means TR, in the TR TD, table data. In this I'm going to write input type is equal to submit, value is equal to search. Value is equal to search. Input type is equal to submit, value is equal to search. Now search is coming. For this, can we give a class? Class is equal to button, button primary. Class button, button primary. Right. When I give the primary class, now that button is coming in the blue color. That is a primary button. So with this, our form is ready, guys. Just one dummy form is ready. Currently, any data coming to the drop down or data not coming to the drop down? Data not coming to the drop down. Now we need to fetch the data for the drop down. After this form is available, I want to have H row. What is this? One line. That is form, and I want to display my form data here, and this is another H row. 2 lines I'm giving. In this second line, after this data will be printed. This is one line. Here data will be printed. Below this, I'm going to write export. Here I will write a href is equal to some value Excel. And here I will write one more thing. A href is equal to some value PDF. Excel export and PDF export I want. Export either Excel or PDF. Currently, action is not available. Just I have created hyperlinks and I have created my form. Plan name, plan status, gender, start date, end date, and click on search. When I click on the search, currently there is no method available. Here I have given one line to separate the form data. How to give the line in the JSP? By using HR tag. Row. One line I am creating that. After that I am writing export to Excel file and export to PDF. In the Bootstrap, for this icon, for this Excel and PDF, icons will be available. We can add that icon class also, so that that icon also will come. We will see that which icon we can add for that. So with this, my basic UI is ready. With this, my basic UI is ready. Now what is the next step? What is the next step? First we need to get the data for the drop downs. First we need to get the data for the drop down. Now go here. First look at our architecture. My page is loading. Page is loading directly or page is loading through controller method? My page is loading directly or my page is loading through controller method? Through controller method. Controller method is executed. I have given the URL pattern as a slash. What is the meaning of URL pattern slash? It is a empty request. It is a empty request. Good. Now, when I am sending a request, localhost colon 8080 with the slash, my controller method is getting called. What that controller method is doing now? That controller method creating the search request object. That controller method created search request object. It is sending that search request object to the UI by using model object. What is the purpose of a model? Come on, guys. What is the purpose of the model? Modal is used to send the data from controller to UI. Now tell me, without having the understanding on form tag library, can we develop this? No, because we are using JSP as a presentation. We are developing the form by using JSP. In the JSP, I am using form tag library. Who provided that form tag library? Who provided that form tag library? Spring MVC. Why we are using form tag library? To simplify our forms development, we are going for form tag library. Fine. Through controller, my when I'm sending a request, the request is going to controller and my form is loading through controller. As my controller is loading the form, can I get the data from the database table which is required for my drop down? Yes or no? My table is available. Who will communicate with the table as per the diagram? Repository will communicate with the table. Who will call the repository method? Service. Who will call the service method? Controller. Okay. Now go to repository and check it. In the repository, do we have a method to get the data for drop down? Yes. Do we have method to get the data for drop down? I want to get the plan names for the drop down. So there is a custom query available to get the plan name. I have seen many people are doing mistakes in the custom query. Mainly, they are writing plan underscore name here. What is that plan underscore name? That is the column name. Am I writing HQL query or native SQL query? HQL. So we need to use the column name or we need to use the variable name? We need to use the variable name. I have seen many people doing this mistake. Custom queries are wrong. Write it properly. I have a method in the repository. Then what is the next step? Who will call the repository, guys? Service will call the repository. Now go to our service interface, IMPL class available. To represent this class as a Spring Bean, I'm writing @service. Now there is a method get plans. What is the return type? List of string. Let us write the logic. Return plan repo dot get plan names. That's it. So I'm calling my repository method. What it will return? This method will return list of string plan names I'm getting. Those plan names I'm returning from my service method. My service method is calling the repository method. Repository method returning the list of string. My method also should return the list of string. Instead of writing that in a variable and returning the variable, directly I will write return. So what is the meaning of that? My service method will call the repository method. Whatever is returned by the repository method, my service method also will return the same thing. Similarly, plan status is available. Can I call in the same way? Return plan repo dot get plan status. Right. So this method will give me unique plan names available in the table. This method will give me unique plan statuses available in the table. So with this, my repository methods are ready and my service methods are ready. What next? What next? Controller should call the method. Controller should send the data to the UI. Controller is a mediator between UI and service. Controller is a mediator between UI and service. UI will contain presentation logic. Service will contain business logic. Controller is acting as a mediator between UI and service. Take the data from the service, give to the UI. Take the data from the UI, give to the service. Controller is like a postman. In your village, postman will be there, na? What that person will do? Bring the letter, give it to you. Take the letter, give it there. Similarly, controller will take the data from the UI, give it to service. Take the data from the service, give it to the UI. UI will contain presentation logic, service will contain business logic. Then what is there in the controller? Take the request, give the response. Take the request, give the response. Now go to our controller. In the controller, I'm having a method. Index page is available. What is the purpose of this method? This method is responsible to send the data to the form and load the form. Now service object I have injected into controller. Now here let me call model dot add attribute key. I'm going to specify names, the plan names. Where the plan names are available? Service dot get plan names. Okay, and similarly model dot add attribute status. Okay, now let me call this service dot get a plan statuses. That's it. So with this, what my method will do, whenever you send a request to this URL, that request will go to my controller method. Now here I can do like this also. Good. Now so here request is going to my controller method. Controller method creating the form binding object, setting to the model. Calling the service method, setting to the model. Calling the service method, setting to the model. Search object is available in the model. Plan names available in the model. Plan status is available in the model. Finally returning the index. That means it is loading index page with this data in the model. Now in the index page, I can access my model data. In the index page, I can access my model data. Plan name is a drop down, but currently drop down is empty. I want to display data in the drop down. Now let us go here. Form colon options. What is the tag? Form colon options. Now where the values are available? Items, dollar of names. Names is the key that I'm sending from my controller. Now let me run this project. See that when I load the form, data is coming to the drop down or not? Localhost colon 8080. I have loaded my form. Can you see this? Yeah. From where this data is coming now? It is coming from the database. In my table, there are so many records available. Multiple citizens are having multiple plans. Duplicate plan names are coming or unique plan names are coming? Unique plan names are coming. How come the unique plan names are coming? Here my controller is calling the service method. Service is calling the repository method. Repository method executing a HQL query. It is getting unique plan names available in the table. Now, what about status? Names are coming. Status is coming or not coming? Status is not coming. Then what I need to do? Go to index page. Let us add the options here also. Let us add the options. Items is equal to dollar of names. Now, what is the key I'm sending? Status. Take this key and keep it here. Now I am keeping the status. Refresh. Yes, with this, plan names are coming and plan statuses are coming. In the table, 3 types of statuses available. Approved citizens available, denied people available, terminated people also available. Male records available, female records also available. Start date and end date. So we need to use the date picker. What is the date picker? When I click on this, calendar symbol should come. Let us see how to add a date picker by using Bootstrap. Date picker, Bootstrap. Okay. So Bootstrap, date picker. Bootstrap 3 date picker versus 4. Date picker for Bootstrap. How to setting up date picker in the Bootstrap. Now, when I click on this, automatically this calendar symbol should come. That is called as date picker. Now, let us see how we are adding the date picker. Input data provider, div class input group date. Date picker is equal to date picker. Date picker script class is equal to date picker. Directly, let me try with this. First time I'm adding this, guys. I also don't know. Yeah, class is equal to date picker. I'm giving date format, refresh. Coming, not coming. Bootstrap date picker. Online demo. Yeah, when I click on this, date picker should come. Switch to Bootstrap, reset to defaults, component. No. Form input type, but it is not there in the Spring MVC, right? Input type in form colon input type is equal to date. For start date and as well as for end date. In the HTML, you are saying type. Perfect. The calendar is coming, but I need to change this date format. Today date I'm selecting and clear this date. Yeah, fine. Yeah, we can change that. Yes, fine, guys. So we are able to add the date. For the form colon input, I'm giving type is equal to date. Here also I'm giving type is equal to date. When I give type is equal to date, automatically my calendar is coming. Now I can change the years also. Here, fine. It is allowing to select only future dates, right? Now, when I go for this, I want to change the year. If I want to change the year, past dates, yes, can I select the past date? Yes, 2022, January 1st. Yes, I'm able to select that. And end date, I can select it as today. Plan name, cash, plan status approved, gender, male, and click on search. When I click on the search, what should happen? When I click on search, what should happen? The data should come as per the search criteria. As per the search criteria, my data should come. Perfect. Let us see here. Now, when I am clicking on search button, what is the action we are calling? Currently, we are not calling any action. Now let us go to our controller. Let us write one method. What is the input for that method, guys? What is the input for that method? What is the input for the method? Search data, right? Whenever I click on whatever the fields that you select, that data should go as a input for that method. Let us write one post request method, public string handle search. Public string handle search. In this, I'm taking search request as my parameter, comma modal object. What is the purpose of search request? I'm taking as a parameter that will contain my form data and I'm having modal, right? Now let me return index. I want to display the data on the same page. I want to return the data on the same page. And let me check first, am I able to get my form data or not? Form data, whatever I am searching, whatever the criteria I am selecting, my criteria binded to this object or not, I want to search it. Let us go for post mapping. With this, I'm giving /search. Index.jsp, action is equal to search I'm giving. Action is equal to search I'm giving. Now here I'm having post request method. There will be a problem. This data will not be available in the index when I am reloading the same page. Yesterday we got the same problem. How we resolve that? Init binding we are doing. Now I will keep these two lines. I will keep these two lines outside extract method. Now init. That's it. Now init is available. So this init method will be called in the index page and same method I am calling once I am reloading the page after sending the post request. Now let us run our application. Refresh our page, localhost colon 8080, page is loaded, plan name, plan status, gender, start date, April 1st and end date today. I'm selecting all the 5 values. Let us see, really, are we able to get the data to our controller? Click on search, failed. Now, am I able to get the form data or I'm not getting the form data? I'm not getting the form data. The problem is with the data. The problem is with the data. So what is the date format it is considering by default? Suppose if I reload the form, what is the date format it is taking? DD, MM, YY it is taking. Start date and end date. But if you go for our search request, here start date available, end date available, it is a local date. When you go for local date, the format will be YYY-MM-DD. Okay. So in the local date, the default format is YYY, MM and DD. But in the HTML, what is the date format? DD, MM, YY. So in the input, date coming in one format, my binding class expecting the date format in the another. So both are not matching. That's why form binding is failed. Suppose for example, when I run my application, clear the console, I select only name, status and gender. I'm not selecting the date. I click on search button. Now here, what is happening? Go to console, see the error. Neither binding result nor plan search is available. Okay. This is search also I need to keep inside the init. Form loading, right? Yes. I'm keeping that in the init method. Right. Now plan name, status, gender. Clear the console. Nothing is available. Click on search. When I'm not selecting the date, binding is happening or binding is not happening. When I'm not selecting the date, binding is happening. I selected plan name as cache, plan status as denied, gender as male, start date, end date, and null value. Suppose if I select plan name and only plan status, click on search. Only plan name, plan coming as employment. Status, gender, date values are not coming. Okay. If I select the date, what is the problem? Guys, if I select the date, what is the problem? Data type mismatch. Data type mismatch. In the UI, what is the date format? DD, MM, YY. In my binding class, YY, MM, DD. Now, we need to tell to that binding class, you need to represent date in particular format. Now, go here. Let me take this date format, date time format. I will specify this as YY, MM, DD. 1 minute. Date, local date, date format will be there. Date time format. Hyphen only. Yes, let us take this for this binding class also. Let us try. Will it work or not? Run as application. Clear the console. Refresh. Loaded. Clear the console. Plan name, status, gender, date. Selecting. Click on search. 2 errors rejected. Parse pattern failed. Sir, small m represents minutes, I think. Capital M represents, sorry, no, here it is mm only. Okay. Clear the console. Select only date, start date, end date, click on search. Still it is failing. End date rejected value codes. The value is rejected. Restart it, go back, click on search. Input type is equal to date. How come this format is added? Refresh, run as boot application. Clear this. Now refresh, loaded. Now select the date. Click on search. No. Type mismatch. Parse attempt failed for 2023-0408. YYMMDD. One minute. No, here I'm not formatting. Input type is equal to date. Path is equal to end date. Path is equal to start date. Type is equal to date. Form colon input. Date picker is coming. Here search request. It is not taking to the local date value. Guys, for time being, let me change to the string. Let's try. The date is coming or not. We'll check this. Why it is not able to convert? I will check it. Now go to 8080. Now select the value, status, gender, select some date value and select this value. Clear the console and click on search. Now the data are coming, but currently the dates are coming as string values. We need to convert them into date format. So when I take the data type as local date here, the conversion is not happening properly. So the format mismatch is available. I will check it. How can we correct this? Currently, I'm taking the dates as a string. Whatever you select in the front end, the same date is coming to the back end. Click on search. The dates that I have selected, I'm able to populate. Plan start date, plan end date. These values are coming for us. Perfect. Now, once I am able to submit the form with the search criteria, now I need to retrieve the records based on given search criteria, and I need to display that data. So form binding is happening. When I select a plan name and click on search, that plan name based on the plan name, the records should come and display in the table. But currently the records are coming or records are not coming? Records are not coming. Now, what I need to do to get the records? From the UI, I'm clicking on that search button. From the UI, when click on search button, request will go to controller. Controller will talk to service. Service should talk to repository. Get the records based on the given criteria. Now, let's go here. Controller method is available, and in the controller, handle search method is available. What this controller should do? It has to get the data from the service. Service dot search by using search request. I'm calling search with the search request. What is the return type of the search method? List of entities. It is going to give me list of entities. Now I will go and I will send service data will come to controller. From the controller, I want to send the data to the UI. How can I send the data from controller to UI? Right? I will go for model dot add attribute of plans info. Plans available, and I'm storing that into my model object. So with this, data will go from controller to UI. But in the service layer, did we implement the logic? No. Service layer does not have any logic. Now, how I need to retrieve the records? Plan repo dot find all. What is the meaning of a find all? It is going to retrieve all the records available in the table. Now here, let me call return plan repo dot find all. So currently what that method will do? It will retrieve all the records available in the table and will display. First of all, let me retrieve all the records and display in the table. Then we can apply filter for that. Okay. Now here in my controller, I have a search method. If you go for the UI page, when you click on this search functionality, without selecting any filter, when I click on the search, what should happen? All the records should come and all the records should display here. Now in the controller, post request method search available, it is going to call service method. What is there in the service method? Find all. What is the meaning of find all? I'm retrieving all the records available in the database table. Then controller sending the data to the UI by using model object. By using this model object key, I need to iterate the data in the UI. I need to iterate the data in the UI. So now that is a collection. I want to iterate that collection in the UI. To iterate that collection in the UI, I need to go for JSTL. I need to go for JSTL. So let us include JSTL tag library here. Let me go for JSTL tag lib directive. JSTL tag library available or not available? Tag lib coming or not coming? Not coming. Why not coming? We have not added JSTL dependency in the form.xml. We have not added JSTL dependency in the form.xml. Let us add JSTL dependency in the form.xml. In the advanced Java, we used JSTL, JSP, right? Java X dot servlet and artifact ID is JSTL. Remove that. Version will be taken care by Spring Boot. It is going to download JSTL dependency. Now go to here. Now tag lib directive. Am I getting JSTL core tag library? Yes, now I am getting JSTL core tag library. See here, after adding this dependency in the pom.xml, I'm able to get the JSTL tag lib. JSTL tag lib. Go to this, remove this line. Now, how to add the tag lib? Control double space, tag lib directive, JSTL core tag library. What is the prefix? C. Now, by using that JSTL, let us iterate our data. Let us iterate our data. For that, let me go for table. In the table, table head, right? ID. Now, citizen name, plan status, right? Plan start date, plan end date, denial reason, some value. ID, holder name, that is nothing but our citizen name, and ID, some plan name, plan status. Plan status, start date and end date. Start date and end date. Now, first let us check our table is loading or not. Let us check our table is loading or not. Now, search. Failed, request method not supported. Okay. Now, search page. ID, holder name, plan name, status, start date, end date. The table headers are coming. Let us go for bootstrap. Now, let me give class is equal to table hyphen striped. Right. Table striped. Now I'm able to get the table with the proper structure. Now, so this just I'm adding one bootstrap class. If I remove this, my table is looking good. My table is not looking good. I want to beautify that table. For that, I'm going for bootstrap. See here, if you go here, get to bootstrap.com. In the bootstrap.com, how to display the tables, they have given the option here. Let me check the table. Here, if you want to display the table, how to display the table? So class is equal to table, then your table will come like this. If you want to give colors and borders for the table, then you can do that. Table striped. I'm giving this class name, my table will come like this. If you want striped columns, then you can give table striped columns also. Columns also will be striped. If you want a dark table, table dark you can give. These all are predefined classes that are available in the bootstrap. Now, when I move my cursor, table row should be highlighted. To highlight the table row, there is a class called table h over. Okay. Now, I will give this a table h over class also. Now, class is equal to table striped, table h over. What is the meaning of table over? When I keep my cursor, that row will be highlighted. Perfect. Now here, my table header is ready. My table header is ready. I want to print the data in the table. So now, who is sending the data to the UI? My controller is sending the data to the UI by using modal object. Now go here in the body, C colon for each. C colon for each. What is the meaning of for each? Iterating the data. To iterate the data, I am having items, plans, right? So here controller is sending the plans data to the UI. I'm taking that for each tag, items is equal to $of plans. For every record, one row should be created. Inside the for each, then I'm going for TR. If there is one record, then that should be created one row. Items is equal to for each, then var is equal to variable. Suppose something like I'm taking as a plan. Now here I'm going for TD. Inside this TD, I want to print that data. Plan dot ID. Okay. If you go to our citizen plan, citizen ID is available. That is the variable. Citizen ID. Refresh 8080. Click on search. Now IDs are coming or not? These are the IDs available in the database table. If I don't want to give this ID, I can give the serial number. So in order to give the serial number, I can go for where status is equal to index. Now dollar of index dot count, dollar of index dot count. Now refresh. Now click on search. Yes, I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when I keep my cursor, the row is highlighting or not? Row is highlighting. Now I need to print citizen name. Who is holding that plan? Go to our entity. This is the citizen name. Let us print that name here. Okay. Now click on search. Sorry. Plan. Variable name is plan. Plan dot citizen name. Click on search. All the citizen names are coming. Yes, these are the records that are available in the table. Now plan name I want to get. Plan status I want to get. And start date I want to get. End date I want to get. So take these variables, plan name and citizen name and plan name and plan status, plan start date and plan end date. So let us take plan start date, whatever the data that you want to print, plan start date, plan end date, and I want to print some benefit amount. Okay, here plan name, start date, end date. Let me give benefit amount. Plan start date, and here I will give plan end date. So benefit amount, here I will give this as serial number. Now click on search. Yes, now I am getting the data in the table format. Any filter is available or filter is not available? Currently my filter is not available. Why here start date, end date, benefit amount not coming? It is a denied plan. Here also not coming, denied. Here also not coming, denied. Denied data is available. Total there are 12 records available in my table. Now I want to filter the record based on the plan name. I want to filter the records based on the plan name. So already my form data, whatever I select here and click on search, that plan name will go to my controller. But in the controller, I'm calling service method. What service method is doing? Is it applying the filters or not applying the filter? Not applying the filter. What my service method is doing? Retrieving all the record. Now here I want to implement dynamic query. How to implement a dynamic query? By using query by example. Where is my form data? Request object. For example, I need the entity. I need to copy the data from the binding object to entity object. How to copy the data from binding object to entity object? Come on. Be in utils. First I need to create entity object. Let me stop my server. Citizen plan entity is equal to new citizen plan. Citizen plan entity is equal to new citizen plan. Then after I want to copy the data. Tell me how to copy the data. Bin utils dot copy properties. What is the source object? Request object. What is the target? Entity. Create the example. How to create the example? Example dot of our entity. Can I pass my example as a parameter for the find all? Yes, you can pass, right? Example dot of entity. With this, I'm able to add my filter. Dates will not work, guys. There is a bug with the dates. The remaining 3 filters should work now. Right. Now, let us run our server. It is already stopped. Let me refresh, run as boot application. Now my application is started. Records are reinserted. Go to browser. Now go here, click on search. When I click on search, what is happening? There is a bug. Okay. Plan name, plan status, start date, end date. Now I'm clicking on search button. When I click on search button, what should happen? What should happen? All the records should come. Earlier it was working, but now it is not working. So when I click on search button, what is happening? Can we debug and check that? Yes, there is a bug. Whatever the functionality that was working earlier, it is not working now. Go to controller, keep a breakpoint, debug as boot application. Okay. Clear the console. Go here, refresh our page. My page got refreshed. I click on search button. Breakpoint is available. Go to our controller. Now request object. Any data coming in the request object? Any data coming in the request object? Everything is empty. Plan name is empty. Plan status is empty. Gender is empty. Start date is empty. End date is also empty. Now F6. Now service.search. I'm calling service method. Go inside that. Now in the request object, what is there? All the values are empty. Now I created entity object. In the entity object, what are the values available? Observe carefully. Request contain empty value, entity contain null value. Are you guys able to follow me? Here, my request object contain empty value. My entity object contain null value. After copying the data, what happened in the entity? Null values are available. Citizen ID null, citizen name is null, gender empty, plan name empty, status empty, reason null, termination reason null. If you have null value, there is no problem. But if you have empty, what it will do? Select a star from table where status is equal to empty, where gender is equal to empty. It is trying to identify the record with the empty value. But in our table, do we have any empty record or we don't have any empty record? We don't have any empty record. That's why it is failing. So here, if you copy directly like this, there is a problem. If you copy directly like this, there is a problem. Then what we need to do? If the property available in the binding class, then only set that property to the entity object manually. Let us see how to set that. Directly I should not copy like this. Okay, fine. Now, if request dot get plan name, I need to specify if null not equal to request dot get plan name and empty not equals to request dot get plan name. If the plan name is not null and if the plan name is not empty, then only I need to set that for the entity. Entity dot set plan name of request dot get plan name. Are you clear? Good. Fine. Next one. Similarly, I need to do same thing for plan status, same thing for gender. If request dot get plan status not equal to null, if get plan status not equal to null, then not equal to empty, then set that set up plan status. Got it? Yes. If a plan name is not equal to null, not equal to empty, then only I want to set that. If a plan status not equal to null, not equal to empty, then only I want to set that. Similarly, request dot get gender. If gender not equal to null, not equal to empty, then only I want to set the gender. Set gender. Okay, three things I'm adding. Now I'm passing entity object. I'm passing entity object. Perfect. Right? Clear the console, refresh, run as boot application. Clear the console. Now refresh our page. Page loaded. Click on search. When I click on search, now data is coming or not? Earlier, why data did not come? Null and empty, both are different. If your entity contains null value, no problem. If null is there for the property, it will not append in the query. If your entity property contains empty value, it will append in the query. Earlier, in my search request, empty values are coming, empty values are copied to my entity. Now, if a value is not empty, then only I am setting. So now, if a plan name is not empty, then only it will set to the entity object. If it is set to the entity, then only it will append in the query. Same thing for plan status, for plan gender also. Okay. So with this, I'm able to search for all the records without selecting criteria. I'm not selecting any criteria. I'm clicking on search. How many records are coming now? total 12 records are coming. Total 12 records are coming. Now here, let me add gender also. Holder name, gender. Holder name, gender. Plan dot gender. I want to display that. Click on search. Now go here. Now can you see gender records also coming? How many female records available? 1, 2, 3 and 4 female records are available. Now I want to filter only female records. Now I'm going to select gender. Okay. Let us select gender as female. Total 12 records available. In the 12, how many female records available? 4 records available. Click on search. Are we getting the 4 records? Yes, only those 4 records are coming. Now 8 male records are available. Click on male, click on search. Now 8 male records are coming. So with this our dynamic search is working or not? Working. Only dates are not working. I will see that issue. Now in this, I want to go for only female. Click on search. In the female, for food, which record available? Food plan. Only Orlin is available for the food plan. Okay. Let us select plan name as food, gender as female. Click on search. Perfect. Only that Orlin record is coming. Only Orlin is applied for food and female gender. So now I am selecting the records with 2 conditions. I'm selecting the record with the 2 conditions. Now plan name is food and status is female. Gender is female. So food plan, gender female. How many records available? Only 1 record available, Orlin. For example, gender is male. Plan name is food. Click on search. Robert and David available for that. Now in the food plan, how many males available? 2 males. In the food plan, I want to find out approved males. Can I do that? Yes. Plan name, food. Status, approved. Gender, male. How many, which record should come? Only David record should come. Click on search. Only David record is coming. So with this, are we able to implement dynamic search? Yes. Can you buttify this code? Can you modify this code? Even I did not remember what I have done. Based on the requirement, step by step, I am implementing that. First, I created empty page. Then I loaded the data for first drop down. Then I loaded the data for second drop down. Then I clicked on the search. All the records are coming. Then I applied filter for that. Now apart from the date, my filters are working. Now I want to find out all the people who are approved for cash plan. Can I do that? Yes. Plan name, cash. Status, approved. Search. No. Plan name, cash. Status, approved. Search. Which record available? Only John record is available for the cash, approved. Now I want to select plan name, cash, denied. Plan name, cash, status, denied. Click on search. Who is denied? Smith. Why plan start date, end date, benefit amount not available? Why it is not available? As it is denied. Got it? Fine. And there is one bug here, guys. There is one bug here. Apart from date. Now I click on search button. All records are coming. I'm selecting the plan name. I'm selecting the status. See, my drop down value, food is selected. Status, approved selected. Gender, male selected. I'm clicking on search. Observe my search fields clearly. Now, plan name is food. Plan status is approved. Gender is male. After clicking on search, my drop downs are cleared or not clear? They should clear or they should not clear? They should not clear. What is my search criteria? I lost that. What is my search criteria? I lost that. Now see, when I click on search, all the records are coming. Now I'm selecting the plan name as food, plan status. I'm not selecting that. I'm clicking on search. I got some records. I selected approved status or denied status or terminated status. I don't know. What is my search criteria? My search criteria not coming. My search criteria not available. It got reset. Can we fix that bug now? Yes. See, in our code, whenever page is reloading, there is a bug in the code. Whenever page is reloading, what I am doing? I am recreating the search request object. When I recreate the search request object, what will happen? When I recreate the search request object, what will happen? Every time the new form will be loaded. Every time new form will be loaded. Now, I changed that code. Let's try. Search request not available as request attribute. 1 minute. Yeah, fine. Click on search. It's failed. Search available as the request attribute. Model attribute. I'm trying to fix that issue. Okay. Now select the plan name. Click on search. Plan name is available there. Earlier, what happened? Every time my page got refreshed, every time when my page got refreshed, I'm losing my drop down data. Now, so select, click on search. When I click on search, what is happening now? All the 12 records I'm getting in the table. All the 12 records I'm getting in the table. Now select the plan name as cache, status as denied. Click on search. Smith record is available. What plan I selected? Cache. What status? Denied. Now remove this denied. Click on search. So there are total 3 records available. John, Smith, Kathy. 1 person approved, 1 person denied, 1 person terminated. Okay. So here select the gender as female. Click on search. Only Kathy record available. Whatever the value I have selected, those values are not getting reset. How I have fixed that issue? So earlier what I have done is when my page is loading, this init method will be called. In the init method, I have configured search object like this. In the init method, I configured search object like this. What is the meaning of this search object? A new search object is creating. When the new search object is created, in that class, whatever the variables are available, they will be initialized with the null value. They will be initialized with the null value. When it is a null value, my page will be loaded with a select option. Now, what I am doing is, when my init method is called, I don't want to set empty object. I don't want to set empty object. When my first method is loaded, then only I want to set the empty object. So what is the purpose of this index page? What is the purpose of this index page? It is used to load one empty page. It is used to load the empty page. When the empty page is loaded, my form is empty. When the empty page is loaded, my form is empty. Why form is coming empty? I'm sending empty binding object. My object is empty. When my object is empty, my form will load the empty fields. Now, after I click on the search button, whatever the search request object I'm getting, that search request object I'm keeping in the model attribute. When I keep in the model attribute, after this method is executed, in that model, again search request object will be stored. When again search request object is stored, this search request is empty or it contains the search criteria. It is empty or it contains the search criteria. It contains the search criteria. That means whatever the value I select, that will be there in the search request. When the page is reloaded, after sending the post request, my search request object will contain the data. If I remove this annotation, now I'm removing this annotation, then what will happen? My search object will not be available. Go here, click on search, page loaded, click on search, it is failing. Why it is failing? After search is completed, I'm loading the same page. To load the same page, we need form binding object. Now we need form binding object. After this method is called, whenever I call this method first time, form binding object available in the model, using that form binding object, my form will be loaded. First time you don't get the problem. When you send a request to this URL, initially you don't get a problem. Why? Because initially my get mapping method is called. In the get mapping method, I'm storing binding object in the model. That binding object I am mapping to form using model attribute. After that, when I click on that submit button, now request is going to post request method. Post request method searching the data and it is returning the index by calling init. In the init, binding object available, binding object not available, binding object not available. When the binding object not available, form is not able to load. So for that, what I will do here, if I do like this, what is the problem? If I do like this here, what is the problem? Form will be empty. I don't want to keep my form empty. Whatever the data I got in the search request when I submit the form, I want to send the same data back to the form. Whatever the criteria you have selected, after clicking on the search button, same data I will send back to the form in the binding object. To do that, we need to use one annotation called model attribute. Model attribute, what is your binding key? Search is the my binding key. Okay. So search request object, I need to take that. Right. Search request object I'm taking. With this, when I submit the form, search request will come. Same search request will go again back to the form. Right. Now refresh, load the form, click on search, all the records are coming. Select gender as male, 8 records will come, 8 records are coming. Select female, search, 4 records are coming. Select the plan name as medical, search only for the female, only 1 record available for this nil. Now select terminated, that record will come. Select denied, search, no records are coming. Now there is a problem. When the records are not available, I want to display a message, no records found. Are you guys clear? So I'm trying to search for some data. With my criteria, records are not available. Then what I need to do? I need to print a message, no records found. When I need to print no records found? When I need to print no records found? If my collection is empty, I need to print a message called no records found. Which collection? Plans. I'm sending this key. If this key is empty, I want to print a message, no records found message. Now take this key, go to index. This is my table. Here my table rows are printing in the table body. My rows are printing in the table body. In this body, after this loop is completed, I want to check a condition. C:(if test $of plans equals to 0. $of plans equals to 0. No records found. Okay, let's try this. I'm not sure. Now select medical, select terminated and female. It failed. Array list. Yeah, that also can be do. Let me check it. Check collection is empty in the JSTL. Check collection is empty in JSTL. Yes, this is the code. Copy this. Test empty plans. Then what I need to do? No records found. Good. Right. Select employment, denied, female. Search. What happened here? No records found. Where it is coming? Above the table. Where it should come? Below the table. Okay. Now see here. How am I remembering all this code? Just within fraction of 5 seconds, I'm able to search in the Google. I'm able to copy that code. So that searching technique is very important. Now, what is my requirement? I want to print no records found. When I should print no records found? When the collection is empty, I want to print it. How to check the collection is empty? Just I typed a question in the Google. Now, where I typed it? Now, check a collection is empty in JSTL. That is my search query. When I click on this, evaluate if list is empty, Stack Overflow, you can go here. Now you can check it. This is the condition. Right? If test empty, your collection object you can give. If test function also you can give, length greater than 0, that also you can give. Multiple options are there. Now it is coming like this. I want to keep it TR, one table row. In the table row, I want to keep that in TD. That is no records found. Now click on search. Now where it is happening? No records found. But is it looking good? No. I want to keep this complete the table length. Call span. How many columns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now for the TD, I will specify call span is equal to 8. Click on search. Yes. Now that span is there till end of all the columns. I'm getting no records found. I want to print this message in the center. How to print it in the center? Text align is equal to center. Right. Text align is equal to center. Click on search. Now that message is coming as no records found. Now let us click on search. Remove all these conditions. Click on search. When I click on search, no records found message coming or not coming? Not coming. Data is available, data is coming. For the cache, go for the cache. For the cache, terminated mail. Do we have any plan cache terminated mail record? Mail approved, denied. Mail terminated record not available for the cache. Cache terminated mail record. Click on search. No records found message I'm getting. If I change it to female, I will get that record. When I select the male, I'm getting no records found. Right. So that UI skill also important for the full stack developer. Basic at least. So how much I know, that much sufficient for you. Right. I'm not good in the UI. The basic last 2-3 days only, I learned that bootstrap and all. See, if I don't apply that bootstrap, how kitna ganda dikhta hai our table? Remove this. Search. See here. Is it looking good? Is it looking good? No. What I have done, just I added one class, table striped, table over. With that, when I click on search, beautiful table is coming. So always that makeup is very, very important, right? So here, makeup. Huh? So this bootstrap is used to apply makeup for our web pages. Is it difficult to add the bootstrap? Just I have added one CSS file, one JavaScript file. And see, here I'm adding link. That is my bootstrap min.css link I have added. And then later, at the end of the file, I added bootstrap.js. JavaScript file I have added. And whatever the code I am writing in the body of my page, I'm keeping in the div container. I told you already what is a container. As I'm keeping that container, what happened? Margins are available for the page. Okay, fine. Let me remove one column. Benefit amount not required. Remove it. Okay. Click on search. Now is coming. Is it responsive? Yes or no? Now check it. When my page is getting size is changed, my table size also getting changed. So this is responsive website. So this responsiveness coming because of Bootstrap. Now, good. Perfect. So what else is pending, guys? Dates are not pending. Okay, right. Please repeat modal attribute. Huh? What's your name? David. Yes, you are denied for the plan, man. Approved. Right. Modal attribute annotation that is used to reset our binding object into modal scope. Now, if I remove this annotation, what is happening, guys? If I removing this annotation, what is happening? Form data I'm getting, that is fine, but I want to land on the same page with the data. When I want to land on the same page with the data, binding object is required. So here, am I setting the data to the binding object now? No, I want to send binding object back to the form. This annotation will capture the data from the form, and whatever the object available, object will be sent back to the form, so that in that binding object, whatever the data you selected, that data remains the same. That is a form binding. Object data binding to the form data binding to the object. If I remove this annotation, your form cannot be loaded. To load the form, binding object is required, because in the form, I'm using select path modal attribute is equal to search. In order to load this form, search object should be available in the modal object. If a search object is not available in the modal, it will fail. How to send the search object in the modal? In the first method, I'm setting manually empty object. Why I am setting empty object? I want to load the empty form. I want to load the empty form. Now here, when I am clicking on the search, what happened? It is failing. What it is saying? Neither binding result nor plain target object for the bean name search available as request. Boss, when you submit the form, that search object is not available. This method not sending this object to the UI. After search request is completed, I need to send binding object back to the UI. To send binding object back to the UI, I'm writing this annotation. What is the meaning of this annotation? Or else, instead of writing this annotation, you can do like this also. Modal dot add attribute. Manually also you can send it. Modal dot add attribute. Now, key is the search and value is our search object. Okay, you can do it manually like this. What is the meaning of this? Whatever the form data I'm getting in the object, same object I'm sending back to the UI. Okay, when the get method is available, I'm sending empty object. When the post method is available, I'm sending binding data back to the form. Save this. Now go back. Search. All requests are coming. All data is coming. Select female. Click on search. Female data. Drop down value pre-selected. How the drop down data pre-selected? Because I am sending binding object back to the UI. Okay. To load our form, binding object is required. When I send a get request, empty binding object I'm sending. When you send a post request, whatever the data came from the form, same data I'm sending back to the form. Why I am sending same data back to the form? I need to pre-populate form data, whatever you select. Cache, search. Cache is selected. Gender is selected. Change it to male, click on search. Male record is available. Cache, change it to food, search. Food records are coming. See, when I change the plan, my name search, my data is changing. Medical, search, Charles and Butler. Now, food, David and Robert. And cache, John and Smith. Right? So, dynamic search is working or not? Yes. Now, cache denied female. What happened? No records found. How I am able to print no records found message? How I am finding no records found message? By checking my collection is empty or not. How I am checking my collection is empty or not? Yes. In the JSTL tag library, if is available, if test empty plants, if the plants collect, ये देखो अभिषेक सो जाओ अभिषेक अच्छे से सो जाओ C colon if test is equal to empty plants. What is the meaning of empty plants? If the plants collection is empty, then I want to print this message. Okay. If test equal to dollar of empty plants, if plants are empty, my message should be printed. No records found. In the no records found, if I don't give this CSS styles, it will not look good. Okay. Click on search. What happened? No records found, not looking beautiful. I want to make it beautiful. This message should come throughout the table. Text should come in the center of the table. For that, I am adding some styles. Okay. So here call span is equal to 8. How many columns it has to cover where the text should be present? Call span is equal to 8. So there are total 8 columns available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 only. Let me give it as call span 7. Style is equal to text align center. That text should come in the center. That message coming throughout the page. Call span. Right? Good. Now, if I change it to food, medical, search, no records available. Mail, records are available. Butler record is available. Remove the gender, click on search. Denied, shall remove this, search. 3 records are available. 3 records, 2 male, 1 female. Select a female, search, 1 record is coming. Right? Dates are not working, guys. We need to check that date condition. क्या करना है इसको? Let's try this. Dates, service is available. If null not equal to request dot get start date. If null request not equal to get start date. Now let me stop this. Request dot get start date. In the request, the date is available in which format? String format, man. In the request, what is the format of the date? String. Okay. Now I need in which format? I need in which format? Local date format. Now, how to convert string date to local date? Now, in my entity, what is there? Entity dot set start date. Entity expecting the date in which format? Entity expecting date in which format? Local date. I got the date in which format? String. Now, what I need to do? Convert string to local date. Do we know that? No. Go to Google. Convert string date to local date. How to convert string to local date? Okay. Are we getting this? Yes. Go here. Date formatter, date time formatter. Date, already I am getting that date. Local date object. Import local date formatter I need. Of formatter. Date time formatter. Date is there. That is my start date. Let me try this. I'm taking start date and I'm formatting this. Set dot plan start date. Okay. Format I'm giving of pattern. This method will create a format based on simple pattern. I want to convert into YYY MMDD. In this format, I want that date. Right. Let us check it. Is it working or not? Keep a breakpoint. Debug this. Right click, debug as boot application. Clear the console. Go to page. Refresh. Start date 22/12/8 is available. 22/12/8. There is a breakpoint. Yes. Proceed further. Yeah. Start date 22/12/8. 22 December 8. Okay. Click on search. Yes. Request is coming here. Get the start date. Yes. What is the start date I got? 22/12/8 format. I got it. Now F6 failed. Exception. Date time format unable to update year, month, minute of hour. Time format based. Okay. Yes, stop it. Again, run this. Debug as boot application. Let's try. Search. No. Proceed. All records are coming. Yes. Date working. Date is working. Clear this date. Click on search. When I click on the search, now it failed. Text could not be parsed. Okay, good. Here, I need to keep one more check. If it is not equal to empty, then only I need to set the date. And if it is not equals to empty, not equals to empty with the date. If date is not equals to empty, then only I want to get that. Null not equal to date and empty not equals to date. Perfect. So we have a breakpoint for this. Let us go here. Select the date, guys. I will select the date as 2022 December 8. Go up 2022 December 8. I'm selecting the start date as December 8. Click on search. Now there is a breakpoint. Come back. If null not equal to start date, empty not equal to start date. Now I am getting my start date. So what is the start date I have received from the UI? 22/12/8. I got this start date. Then I am giving date formatter. In which format I am converting? YYYMMDD. Earlier I have given small m. Small m represent minute, capital M represent month. Now here I want to local date parse. String date I want to convert into local date in this format. For that I am using local date dot parse method. Now scroll down. Perfect. I'm able to parse my string to date object. Once I parse it to date object, I'm setting the date object to my entity object. Click on F6. Now in my entity, what data is available? Plan name not available, gender not available, status not available, only start date is available. End date is also not available, benefit amount not available, denial reason, terminated date, termination reason, nothing is available. Okay. Now when I execute, see the query how it prepared. Select citizen record where start date is equal to given value. Whatever the start date I have given, where plan start date is equal to given value. As I have selected the date, that date is going to the query, and with the given date, I'm able to get the record. December 8th, plan started for 4 people. Those 4 records are coming. Now, if I remove this clear, click on search. Then what happened? All the records are coming. 2023, April 8, 1, 2, 3, 4 records are on the April 8th. Can I select that now? Yes. Go to start date, 2023, April 8th. Today's date only, na? Yeah, today only records inserted. Yes. April 8th start date. Click on search. Now, breakpoint available. Now I don't need to debug. Skip that. Am I able to get the records with the given start date? Similarly, can I give the end date also? Yes, you can select the end date also. For end date, code is available, code not available. not available. What I need to do now? Copy paste. Get the end date. If end date not equal to null, if end date not equal to null, get the end date. This one is my end date. This one is my end date. Take this end date, set this end date. Here, plan end date. Plan end date. Fine. So with this, I'm setting my search object. Search data coming from the UI. In the search object, if data comes for the plan name, set to the entity. If a plan status come, set to the entity. If a gender comes, set the entity. If the start date comes, set to the entity. If a end date comes, set to the entity. Finally, that entity I am passing to example. Example I am passing to find all. For example, in my application, if I don't select anything, if I click on search, what happened? All the 12 records are coming or not? When I click on search button, all the 12 records are coming. Select the plan name as cache. Click on search. What happened now? Only cache records are coming. In the cache, I want to get only approved records. Click on approved. Cache approved, only one record. Cache approved male, only that record. Cache approved female, then no records available. So user can select any search condition, can retrieve the data. If user don't select anything, now, I want to clear my form. In order to clear our form, can I keep reset button? Yes. Now I want to clear my form. Let me go and keep one reset button for the form. SRC main web app index.jsp. Here I have button, search button. Button primary available. Before this button, I will keep one more button. This is reset. Or else, let me do like this. A href is equal to /reset. A href is equal to / and reset. Now remove this, click on this. Now what happened here? Reset is available. Click on cache, approved, mail, search. I got the data. I want to clear my form. Reset. My form is getting clear. When I click on search, my data is coming. Now reset, if I want to give some class for that, bootstrap class is equal to button secondary. Okay. Now click on search. Now button secondary, that is coming as a reset button. Primary button and secondary button is available. Remove this. Search. Now select put, cache, approved, search. Record is coming. I want to clear my form. Click on reset. My form is clear. By default, it is coming as no records found. If I click on search, data is coming like this. Good. What else is pending? What else is pending? Only PDF and Excel part is pending. Now, you just observed my code. Is there any use? You observed how I am writing the code. Is there any use for you? Will you learn anything from this? People are doing like this. Taklu, last. Not understanding, huh? Good. Fine, guys. We need to complete this part here. Whatever I have completed, now I want you to complete it by today, right? So form display, search operation, dynamic search implementation, handling the bootstrap styles, handling no records found, everything we should be able to do it. Suppose if I reset, everything is clear. Date I'm selecting 29th April. Click on search. What happened? With that date, no record is available. I'm getting the message as no records found. We can still make it beautiful by adjusting these fields, but not required, right? Start date, end date, thoda gap hona chahiye. I'm keeping that in the single TD. Maybe because of that, I'm getting like this. पूरा डिस्टर्ब हो गया। ठीक है, no, I'm checking for these two. हाँ, start date, end date, start date, end date. How plan name, plan status coming? Plan name 1 TD closed, plan status 1 TD closed. Okay, here TD closed. Okay, leave it guys, no problem. I'm not that much good in the bootstrap. Okay, fine. Any questions, anyone? Online people? See, upload the code to repository. Expected a question. What is the use, Mr. Sandeep? Why are you joining for this course? To take my code, Sandeep Kumar, online. If I give my code, then what is the benefit that you are getting? Copy. If you do copy paste, I think today you got some realization. If you watch when I am doing the coding, there is no benefit. Now you compare. Yesterday I gave the time for you. I have cancelled the class also. The reason, you people will try to implement the code. How much you implemented yesterday, you compare with my coding today. How much time it took for me to complete? Hardly 1.5 hours. Hardly 1.5 hours. Why 1.5 hours? I'm explaining to you people. If I don't need to explain, if I just write the code, 30 minutes to 20 minutes maximum. Within 30 minutes, I can complete the task. That is not important. How much time I am taking, how I am writing the code, with that there is no benefit for you. You have to try this coding on your own. In the Monday class, I will explain Excel export, PDF export. When I click on the Excel file should be generated with the data that should go in the email. Similarly, when I click on the PDF should be created. That PDF should go as an attachment in the email. So one day it will take for Excel, one day it will take for the PDF. Monday and Tuesday will complete our first mini project. Now, how much you will practice, how much you will learn, that is in your hands. It is not a subject to explain you clearly. It is a coding. I can write the code, I can read the code. I can't teach you more than that. You need to think and you need to try the code on your own. Got my point? Code I am not going to share. If I share the code, there is no benefit for you. You have to try to write the code on your own. You got my point? Yes, good. Any questions? I did not try that, man. I will try that. Spring Boot 3.0, I did not use it as of now. मैं check करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? Good. How to be motivated? How are you learning, sir? I'm not going to share anything. I want you people to try. I want you people to try. If you are not able to do it, I will explain once again. But if I give my simple example, man, if I give the code, who will get benefit? I will get the benefit. Nah? I no need to explain once again. Yes or no? I can simply say that I have given the code, copy, paste, run your project. Project will run in your system. But tomorrow, can you develop the next project? For next project also, I will give the code. Within 2 weeks, mini projects will complete. Major project, I will develop in the class. I will give the code. Within 15 days, major project also will complete. Within 1 month, project will complete. Who will benefit? I will start one more batch. कुछ फायदा है क्या आपको? Do you have any? Are you going to get anything if I give the code? If I don't give the code, it is pressure for me, burden for me, because if you are not able to do, I have to explain once again. If I give the code, can you ask any question? Why you will not ask any question? If you are not able to do, you will copy paste, your project will complete. You will not get any doubt also. You will not learn anything. Your task will be completed, but learning zero. So that's why I will not share the source code. I have developed everything in front of you. When I get some problem, I am searching in the Google. So don't say that, sir, you have 10 years experience. Why are you searching in the Google? Without taking help of the Google, nobody will write the code. Even I can't write that. Even I can't write that. So I have used Google multiple times today for a date conversions, but that JSTL list condition checking, that is not there in my brain. I Googled it. I have taken the code. I used it in my project. So that confidence should be there. Before coming to the class, I don't know that we need to convert the date, and I don't know how to convert string to the date. But confidently I came to the class. I got the problem. I searched in the Google. I got the solution. I implemented. Task is completed. Tomorrow in the company also, whether you are writing the code on your own or you are copying the code from the Google, nobody will ask you. Your task is completed or not. That is the important part in the job. But in the training, task completion is not important. Whether you are able to do the task on your own or not, that is the important. So if you develop this project on your own, definitely confidence will increase or not. 100% your confidence will increase, because in every project, this kind of requirement will be available. Actually, in this batch, I changed the plan. Earlier in the JRTP batches, people will come from other institutes. This is the first time I have taught core Java, advanced Java. Earlier, I used to explain card operations as a first mini project. Card operations I used to explain as a first mini project. For that, those people will take 1 week of time. Sir, why to take Boolean as a return type? Why to take a collection as a return type? How to insert the record? How to update the record? I used to struggle a lot to teach them how to develop a mini project. Now I am not facing that problem, because some basics you are strong. You know what is method, what is parameter, what is return type and all. And I am giving time also. 1 day time I am giving for analysis. 1 day time I am giving for your implementation. Then I am going to explain. And you have time tomorrow also, Sunday. There is no class for JRTP tomorrow, right? You can try implementing all the functionalities: search functionality, table functionality, as well as export functionality. My search functionality completed. In the Monday class, I will explain export functionality. Once export is completed, I will implement pagination. What is pagination? You see in the Google, when you search for some record, page numbers will come in the bottom. Now I am going to type as Java. When I type something Java in the Google, can you see page numbers are coming? Yes. That functionality also we will implement in the first mini project. Pagination we are going to implement. Pagination we can do in 2 ways. Server side pagination, client side pagination. I will implement server side pagination. Client side pagination we can do by using Bootstrap. Server side pagination, data JPA. Both paginations we are going to discuss. Got it? Fine. Thank you. We'll see you on Monday. 1 minute, sir. Online people. This is your first class, huh? Chat GPT I use it to insert record. I have done it in 2 minutes. Very good. Right. Online people, yes. Unmute your mic, guys. So you have some doubts. Online students,
hello,
unmute
sir.
your mic. Yeah.
Sir, we are taking data from runner class or from database, sir?
Runner class is inserting the data in the database. From the database only we are taking the data. If you see IMPL calling repository.method. Repository will get from the database.
Oh, yeah,
Data insertion will happen by runner, and from the database we are reading the data.
Yeah, got it. We have hard coding, sir, in the runner class. Right? Yeah, okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, sir.
So
you used a find all method where you
Correct.
send parameter example.off, right?
Correct.
Sir, can you explain that?
Find
Because
all
I never used
example, whatever the guys keep quiet. In the find all example, I'm passing entity. In this entity, whatever the data is available, with the data query will be prepared dynamically. This is example is used to prepare a dynamic query. Because when I select
if we don't
name,
use
use
that
table
query,
where plan name is equal to given value. If I select status, where status is equal to given value. Example is used to create a dynamic query.
so if we don't use, then that will be multiple combination, permutation and combination are there.
If
I
you
think.
don't use example, then how you will apply conditions to the query? It will retrieve all the records, na?
Yeah, and we need to write means query annotation and write custom
No.
query.
In this scenario, query annotation will not work, sir. Why? Because do you know which field user will select in the criteria? Do you know which field user will select in the criteria to write a query? You don't know.
No, sir. No, sir.
That's why we are going for example.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, please go to UI screen.
UI screen. Okay. Yeah, this is UI.
Means where we apply filter.
Your voice is not coming, sir.
Sir, where we apply to the filter in
I'm not getting your question.
Google Chrome, sir. Google Chrome.
Can you speak loudly?
Hello. Hello, sir.
Man, speak loudly. I can't hear your voice.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Sir, in filter, when we apply to filter like food, so internally select command will be executed using where class.
Right. Internally, select command will execute using where class based on the data available in the entity. Guys, the people who are not good in the Spring Boot, they are getting lot of questions on the example. That concept clearly I explained in the Spring Data JPA.
Hi,
right?
sir.
Ah.
Sir, can you allow me to share my screen? I have a question.
Please speak out. Tell me what is your question.
Sir, actually, whatever the example by query, I have created the form and I have able to search everything. Whatever the sir these matching and everything that you have done in service IMPL, I have done that into the repository by creating a default function.
Okay, so post your GitHub repository in the group. I will check that. I want everybody to upload your code into GitHub repository, and you need to share. You need to show me the repository URLs. Okay.
Hi sir, good morning.
Monday I will check that. How much code you have completed? I want everybody to complete it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Hi sir, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Sir, in the form tag, if I give path a different name, then can we bind the data?
Yes, you can bind. Here you can give the action is equal to search data. You can give like this. If you give this, and in the controller, you need to give the URL pattern like this. Got it? Whatever the action attribute you are giving, that should match with your URL pattern.
Then we can give the path any name.
Yes, we can do that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, hi.
Sir, this is my first class. So
Sir, if it is your first class, we need to talk separately because you missed almost 1 month classes. You can't understand anything now. Okay, we'll talk separately.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, this is Rajesh, sir. Sir, if you hit F5, right, to refresh the page, how to handle a reset of the page in by
duplicate
hitting
form
F5
submissions, right?
Yeah.
Duplicate form submission, separate topic, sir. We'll discuss that.
Okay. Thank you,
right.
sir.
Good, guys. Fine.
Sir, one question I have. Actually, I'm not able to create JSP file.
You need to install JSP plugin in the IDE. I will post in the group what plugin you need to install. Okay. Go to your. I will show you here now. Go to this and in the. I'm sharing my screen. Go to your Eclipse. I mean STS IDE. Go to help marketplace. In the marketplace, you need to search with JSP.
JSP, correct. That I installed, sir.
Yeah, after installing, you will be able to create it.
But installation is showing they are installed. But after that, I'm not able to search for the JSP file in the page.
then go with Spring Tool Suite 3.9 version. If it is not working, change your IDE to 3.9.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
It will take some time to install. So you need to.
After installation, you need to wait 5 minutes. It will ask you to restart your system. I mean, restart IDE, then it will install.
I did, sir. I did everything.
Yeah, or else go to 3.9 version.
3.9. Okay.
Yep, okay. Fine, guys. Good. Thank you. With this, I'm stopping for today. I want you to complete this project with export functionality. Monday assignment checking will be there. If you do it, then only will allowed. Keep that in mind and work on that task. And I told a couple of times, after evening Spring Boot class is completed, again people are leaving to the hostels. Nobody staying here for practice. How many times I need to tell you that, sir? I am begging. Please practice, please practice, please practice. But you people are not realizing. After the class is completed, patapat people are leaving. You need to sit there and you need to practice. Without practicing, you will never get that confidence. Today you observed, 1 hour I have implemented coding part. I cannot remember whatever I have done. You cannot also remember whatever you have done. So you need to try to do it on your own. You need to have that maturity. Then only you can do it. I'm not going to share the code. I want you to do it on your own. Okay. Thank you. We'll see you on Monday.